Hello everyone, my name's Alamain and I'm one of the mages in the Smofflers fellowship in Felendral on EN1, and we've been around a couple of years now, and our philosophy is around helping each other and having a good time doing it. And one of the ways in which we're looking to help each other, not just members of our fellowship but any other players of this game, is to make some videos, and we've set up this YouTube channel, the Smofflers channel, to give everyone who'd like to see some tips on how to play better. I've done stuff on Lone Club in the past, but today I want to talk about the 2-for-1 tournament tactic, which is a way some of the top players make the most of their booster buildings to get really high scores in tournament week after week. And I want to show you how to do that. It takes a bit of preparation and practice. You need to get all of your upgrades in place and your timings in place, but it can be done. And once you do, it can perhaps increase your tournament scores by 50% week on week. So let me give you an introduction to it today. So it's Friday at 7 o'clock in the evening, and tournament started here on Tuesday at 6 o'clock, and I haven't started yet. Well, I've done a couple actually, because we had an event and I had to get a few relics for it, but basically I've hardly started yet, and it ends at 9 o'clock tomorrow. So why have I left it so late? Now, the main secret to this approach is that the booster buildings that you use to improve your troops' power in tournament, such as the Enlightened Light range building, the Dwarven Armourer, the Magnificent Mage Multiplier, and Unleashed Unit Upgrade, as you'll see, they all last for exactly 5 days. Now, the way most players, and the way I always used to do it, was to put a couple of these down at the start of tournament and use them throughout the tournament, and they finish at the end. And that's a perfectly good approach. But once you get to a certain level, another way opens up to you, which is to put some down near the end of tournament, do all the rounds quickly before the end, and then at the start of the new tournament in about 4 days' time, do all of the rounds of the next tournament again in about 24 hours, just before the buildings expire. Now, to do that, you need two things. Firstly, you need your, not your vortex of storage, don't be silly, your time warp to at least level 21. And once you have your time warp at 21, you'll see here it says tournament cooldown reduction. That goes down to 60%. So the time between tournament rounds goes down from, it starts off somewhere like 16, 17 hours, I think. It goes down to about 6 hours. But that is still a little too long. In order for this to work, you have to get it down to about 3 hours. So one option is to keep on leveling up your time warp till you get to level 30 or above. And the other option, the one that I favour so far, is to get a polar bear in the Autumn Zodiac tournament and get that up to level 10. And once you get it up to level 10, you'll see that it reduces tournament cooldown by an additional 20%. So if you add up the 60% from the time warp and the 20% from the polar bear, you get to 80%, and that means about 3 hours between rounds. Now I've got it to 22, so for me it's down to about 2 hours 50, which gives me a little bit more leeway. So in other words, it kind of fits in with your 3-hour collections. And that means, like I said, it's about 7 PM here now. I can do one round now, one round at around 10 PM, go to bed, get up at, well, I get up at 6 actually, but you could get up at 7 or 8, and then fit in 4 more rounds before 9 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, if I do it at 6 a.m, I'll be done by 3 in the afternoon if I stick to my 3-hour schedule. So there's actually quite a lot of leeway there. Then I'll have a fallow couple of days of rest, and then on Tuesday, 6 p.m, tournament will start up again, and then I will have until 7 p.m. on Wednesday before my booster buildings run out. So again, I can do 2 in the evening and then 4 during the day on Wednesday. And again, if I did 4 from 6 a.m, that would take me through to 3 p.m. So I've got 4 hours leeway at the beginning, at the end, or to spread them out a little bit in the middle. But that means I've effectively done both tournaments in 24 hours each, with a 3-day break in between, and all within the 5 days that the buildings last. So that's the secret. So I'll just show you very quickly what that means you're able to do. I'll show you what it's like. Of course, the biggest and best thing about it is that you can use twice as many buildings. And that's really why we do it. So, today is gems. That means using lots of blossom mages for me. So, let's put down 1 dwarven armourer, rare and precious things. Let's put down, because I can, and you might have seen already that I have quite a few, 1 light range building, but I'm not really going to be using many of those. Mostly I'm going to be using these magnificent mage multipliers. So let's put down 1, oh, it's a bit slow on PC, isn't it? Normally I play on the mobile. 2, 3. I'm not placing them very precisely at the moment, but we're just getting them down for now. And 4. You fit nicely in there. And for luck, let's also, I've got 12 of these of Unleash unit upgrades, so let's put in a couple of these for good measure as well. So that gives me an overall defense bonus of 100, 50 for the Dwarven Armory and 25 each for the 2 Unleash unit upgrades. It gives me 200% attack bonus for mages and a 50% attack bonus for archers, or for light range units. Now, the last thing, but not least, all important thing, is to get the pet food out. Oops. And we have to charge up first the polar bear, and if you forget the polar bear, you can put it on any time up until the 2nd round, and it works retrospectively, so don't worry if you forget about it for a minute. Just put it on and it will work its magic backwards. And secondly, of course, the lovely all-powerful Fire Phoenix. So that gives us another 50% attack bonus across the board for every unit. So suddenly we are much, much more powerful. So let's go, just very briefly, I'm not going to show you too much tournament, but just so that you get the idea. I haven't fought on PC for ages. Now see, I've done 1 round on those because I was getting getting some relics for the event. But so let me just, oh, what we got here, a motley crew, but it doesn't really matter. We're just going to use blossom mages across the board because they are all powerful, pretty much all powerful. And what you'll see, 2 hours 53 until the next round. So I'll be able to get in my 2nd round at 10 o'clock tonight, and then the next one when I wake up in the morning. So you see, it's possible to do them all easily within 24 hours and to have a high level of bonus across the board. So actually, if we just quickly go to, let's say, army camp, we should see, can we see? So the attributes here, we've gone up to 380k, so that's doubled, and 507k attack, which is a huge amount above normal. I probably should have shown you beforehand to show the difference. But this way, you'll see I've used, before I started using this technique, I would perhaps put down 3 buildings per week, and then that was as many as I was being able to craft in the Magic Academy, because they didn't come around that often, 3 or 4. But now I can use 7, 8 a week without breaking the bank, and still save some up for a real push with the whole fellowship to try and beat our record or something like that. So that's it in a nutshell. That's how to do it. You need to start investing in your time warp. You need to get hold of Polar Bear. You always need the Fire Phoenix anyway, regardless if you want to do well in tournament. But this technique has meant for me that my tournament average has gone up to about 11,000 per week. And I try almost never to go below that, and sometimes hit 16, 17, 18 for special occasions. That becomes possible. I mean, the only other thing I'd say about that is, in order to get those high scores week after week, I do cater quite a lot, especially for what we call the T2 tournaments of scrolls, crystal and silk, and also for elixir, which are much harder than gems, marble and steel. And I cater quite a lot. And just so one extra tip is, I'm working on upgrading it now at the moment. I never built the Blooming Trader Guild until fairly recently, and I didn't realise until someone told me how much you can increase your goods by using the Blooming Trader Guild. So you'll see here that the wholesaler, which always seemed absolutely rubbish, once you get the Blooming Trader Guild to 19, here it's given me 370% extra per purchase. So if I quickly go here to the wholesaler, I've already done loads on my supplies today, but if I was to use my gold, you see, so I get 39,000 marble in traders from using some coins, some excess coins, and the same with planks. And I'm now getting nearly 500,000 goods a day, mostly from supplies, some from coins, using the Blooming Trader Guild. So in addition to having quite a lot of manufactories, as you can see, that gives me enough goods to cater difficult battles, because I don't have time to fight them manually. And the other trick to that, to ensuring that I can do that, is by having lots of armories, because orcs are needed too. So I have 13. It took me a while to build those up. But if you have coins, supplies, orcs and loads of goods, then you can cater quite a lot of those tricky battles and get much further in tournament. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk about that, but that was just an extra bonus tip. Good luck. Give the double header a go when you're ready. You'll find that it transforms your performance in tournament, and it's good fun too. Bye now.